You've no doubt heard of parallel lines. What do you think parallel lines are? Or how would you define them if you had to write a definition? Yes?
They never intersect.
Okay. That's almost enough, but we actually have two types of lines that never intersect, so we've got to be specific about the parallel. In order for them to be parallel, they also need to be coplanar. Parallel lines have to lie in the same plane. Okay? They could be like this, they could be flat. If I can fit them on a sheet of paper and they're never intersecting, they're also never going to intersect. Sometimes I have people that look at something like this and they go, oh yeah, those are parallel. They don't intersect. Well, lines go on forever. Eventually, they're going to intersect. Okay? So parallel or coplanar, they will never intersect, ever. But we have another set that don't intersect. They are called skew. So they also never intersect, but what makes them different is they are non-coplanar. They do not lie in the same line. So where these are my parallel lines, skew could be like this. Even if those lines continue, they're never going to touch, right? They don't even have to be one horizontal, one vertical. I could go like this, and those still are never going to intersect. They're not in the same plane, and they don't intersect. Now on paper, it's a little harder to show that because on paper, any lines that aren't parallel on paper appear that they're going to intersect, but that's where you have to look at it with your 3D goggles on. So we're going to draw a picture to try and give you some examples here. So we're going to do a box. You can do your two rectangles and connect those if you would like. And the first group we're going to talk about are those that are parallel. We're not going to list every set of parallel lines. There are actually two sets, but we're going to focus for now on EA, okay, and look at just what's parallel to EA. And we'll just discuss them as segments, but know that those segments are part of lines. Okay. So, how many do you guys see here that are actually parallel to EA? 3. Okay. EA is vertical, so helps look at that. What do you got? 4 that are parallel? Or 4 that are parallel altogether? Altogether, yes. So if we're talking about what is parallel to EA, I always kind of think of, okay, if I were to wrap a ribbon around that touched EA, it's going to touch the ones that are parallel as well. So what's one of them that would be parallel? I have FB, HD, and GC. Again, for segments and lines, order doesn't really matter. So as long as you have each pair of letters correct, you're good. Okay. But now we're going to talk about skew. We're still going to use EA. Okay. Skew. They will not intersect. Yeah? Okay, these I'm going to highlight. So we have DC. See another one? Yep. HG will not intersect. What else? FG. And one more. BC. Okay. So do you guys understand what I mean on paper? If this were just 2 dimensions, obviously these would intersect if it were 2-dimensional. But this is representing a 3D figure. So in 3 dimensions, the ones in green will not intersect EA. Everything else is either parallel or intersecting, right? Yes? Okay. Okay, last thing we need to talk about, and this is a quick one, parallel planes. Parallel planes do not intersect. They never will intersect. That would be like the top and bottom of a box, or the front and the back, or the right and the left. Okay, they truly will not ever intersect. If there was a little tilt on them, they would eventually intersect. So they either intersect or they don't. The one picture I wanted to show you, and the symbol for parallel, just so you get this in your notes, looks like that. 2 little parallel lines. Sometimes you'll see them straight up and down, usually on a slant. Okay, so just so you know what that symbol is. The box is easy, because you can think of top, bottom, left, right, front, and back. But when you get something that looks like this, you draw a triangle, another triangle, connect the top point, the left point, and the right point. You've got a little triangular prism that's kind of laying on its side. You see it?
Yep.
Okay, the bases are triangles. So what actually in this diagram would represent parallel planes? We'll just shade them. Yes? The front and the back, the triangles, right? Because the rectangular sides of that shape, or the rectangular faces, they are all intersecting. So the only thing here that's parallel would be that and that. Those are my parallel faces. So there's only one set. Okay.